Hi there, welcome to my office. My name is Dr. Jessica and this is my son Wilson. I am not a doctor. I, in fact, did not even go to college. Actually, no, I did actually go to college. One class. I took one class. It was a public speaking class and I dropped out of it, but I'm using what I learned there here with you. Sometimes I do pretend to be a doctor when my sister calls me and she wants me to tell her daughter something important. And that moment I pretend I'm Dr. Brown Bear, which is fun because he's my favorite doctor from Peppa Pig. If you haven't seen him, you should watch the show. It's fantastic. Today I am going to be giving you medical advice that I found on the internet. Here's what I'm not going to do. In this video, I am not going to tell you what I do personally. Those will be in other videos. This video is just specifically to give you information that I have already been Googling to find out about SIDS. So this video is how to reduce the risk of / prevent SIDS. What is SIDS? Aside from being absolutely terrifying, it is sudden infant death syndrome. Yeah, so when you're pregnant, you're afraid that you might miscarry. Well, good news, when you deliver, then after that you're afraid that your baby might suddenly pass away in its sleep for no explainable reason. That's very normal. I too have feared that and do at times fear that. What I've done now is I've researched SIDS and compiled a list of the things that I found on the internet from the medical world about how to prevent SIDS. Some of this stuff I haven't done. I'm not going to tell you what those things are. Those are a mystery. You can find those out in other videos. So for now, I am just going to give you the list that I found and we'll go from there. First thing you can do to prevent SIDS or reduce the risk of SIDS is always lay your baby on their back in the crib. So I guess since the year 1994, the number of babies who have passed away from SIDS has gone down greatly because the medical world released a statement telling everybody to have your baby sleep on their back. Use a firm and flat sleep surface. A couple of sources that I found said that the Snoo is the safest baby bed on the market. It's also the most expensive. So the Snoo, apparently a very safe bed. Firm, flat mattress, baby sleeping on their back. A lot of websites I found said breastfeed your babies to reduce the risk of SIDS. If you know me, you already know how I feel about baby feeding, but breastfeeding apparently reduces the risk of SIDS. Share a room with your baby until they are 6 months old, says the internet. They say keep your baby near you, in a crib near you, probably so that you can know if everything's cool with your baby, right? And that's why they have baby monitors. I don't know. The Google didn't tell me more about that, okay? They just said have the baby sleep in your room. Do not put soft objects, loose bedding, stuffed animals, pillows, extra blankets, fluffy things in the bed along with your baby. From what I understand, that is advice that they will give you up until the baby's a year old. It seems that that's wisdom even beyond 1 year, according to what the World Wide Web is telling me, but definitely up until the baby is a year old. SIDS.org and other sites say no loose bedding, no loose fluffy anything in the bed with your baby. Do not smoke and don't have anybody around you smoke. And it even says be aware of like fireplaces happening, candles, incense, any sort of smoke apparently is a contributor of SIDS. Don't let your baby overheat or underheat, get too cold. You can tell I would have been a great doctor. Ma'am, your child was underheated. Don't let your child get too hot or too cold. Their ears should feel warm, so not hot and not cold, says google.com. SIDS.org says do not use heart monitors or breathing monitors, apparently. Interesting. Sounds kind of ironic, but I'm not here to give you my opinion. I'm just here to tell you what I found when I did the research for you. The reason why is because it's easier to hear this stuff from a friend than it is from Google, because Google also will tell you you have cancer while you're searching for all of this stuff. They're like, oh, and by the way, you probably have cancer if you're scared of your child dying of SIDS. That's what I feel like every time I search something. Give your baby plenty of tummy time when they're awake. says SIDS.org and other sites. Probably because it makes them stronger and then they can learn to flip over. That would be my guess. I've brought a model here to demonstrate tummy time. You show them, buddy. Let me move my medical supplies. Loves it. See? Swaddling your baby. I actually didn't see, as several sites say different things about how long you should swaddle your baby for. The most general advice that I found on the internet is swaddle them until they can flip over. And then don't do that anymore, because once they're swaddled, if they flip over, then they're on their tummy and they can't breathe. And breathing, you know, breathing is important. Pacifiers. Common wisdom on the internet says pacifiers reduce the risk of SIDS. It also says you can wait a couple weeks after birth to give the baby a pacifier if you want to ensure that the baby is nursing well. And that makes sense. Take your baby to all of their well baby appointments so doctors can ensure that the baby is healthy and there's nothing wrong that maybe you aren't picking up on. Also, the internet is telling us co-sleeping is dangerous. I'm specifying that the internet is telling us that. Jessica Hover, the doctor here, not giving my opinion. I'm just telling you what Google is telling me. If you just type in how to reduce the risk of SIDS, these are the things you find. You like them? Okay, you can have them. Several websites said don't take naps with the baby, like in a chair with the baby on you, or in the baby carrier. That was interesting. Or in the baby swing, or in the car seat. I should do a follow-up video to this to be like, then how do you live your life? No, I mean, if you watch my other videos, then you know how I live my life. Some websites say moms shouldn't drink alcohol or smoke cigarettes or marijuana or any sort of substance of any kind. Evidently, regular prenatal care, so while you're pregnant, going to the doctor and doing all of the things you need to do medically can help reduce the risk of SIDS once the baby arrives. And abstaining from any sort of substances while pregnant can also reduce the risk of SIDS. Don't put the baby anywhere dangerous. So, you know, avoid wild animals, cacti, knives. Don't leave the baby in the bath alone. And now I'm just getting into like ways your kid could die. From what I can see on the internet, SIDS is scary, but it's not more scary than it needs to be, I think, because it seems like from everything I've been reading in preparation for this video, most of the time when a baby passes away and they call it SIDS, it's linked to some sort of suffocation related to unsafe sleeping. So if we, as the mom's family members, friends, can do everything within our means to provide the baby with a safe sleep environment, the risk of SIDS is going to go down in a really huge way. The statistic is available somewhere online. I'm not really a numbers girl, so that's why it's not in my head anymore. But what I gathered from all of this stuff that I'm telling you is that SIDS isn't entirely out of our control. It's something that we can do a lot to prevent. And that's why I'm making this video. What I don't want you to do is walk away from this video scared. I want you to walk away feeling empowered that there are some things you can do. I don't want you to be freaked out. There's enough about parenthood that's hard. You don't need to worry too much about this. Just do what you can to be safe, okay? You're a great mom or dad or uncle or aunt or friend. I really believe in you. If I can have kids and raise them, I mean, I know, I'm a doctor, right? But even so, even with all of my training, if I can do this, you can definitely do this. Here's something I'm gonna add, because over Christmas break, there was a mom on YouTube. Her name is Brittany Boren Leach, and her son passed away. He is the sweetest little sweetheart. His name is Crew, and you probably know about their family because they were all over Instagram. And I will tell you that I cried multiple days in a row for them, but I cried when I read the awful comments people were leaving her, kind of insinuating that it was her fault, that yeah, that whether or not it had to do with vaccinations, which if you Google that, there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff. So some websites say that vaccinations can help prevent SIDS. Obviously, other websites say that vaccinations contribute to SIDS. What I'm going to say in light of this beautiful mommy losing her precious baby is, no matter what, if you are a part of my community, I need you to be nice on the internet to moms, especially moms who are experiencing the tragedy of tragedies of losing their child. I don't want any part of making somebody feel worse after their whole life is already flipped upside down by saying that maybe they should have done this differently or that differently. In fact, if you know of this mom on the internet, stop watching this video and go send her some sort of encouragement or something. I can't imagine the loss that she's experiencing, and the pain every single day of going through what we're talking about right now. I'm talking about it lighthearted and fun with my son on my lap, but God forbid he weren't on my lap anymore because of something like this taking place. I would need love in order to survive. I don't think I'd even know how to breathe. So yeah, so that mom, and there are plenty of other moms that you'll see on the internet who are experiencing the loss of losing their little ones, be nice to them, please. That's my plea to you. Be nice. Be a nice mom on the internet. Okay, I'm gonna end this video by saying this. SIDS is scary, but you don't need to think about it that much. What I want you to know is take some of this advice, find your best possible way of doing life with your baby. Be attentive to your little one, but you don't need to be consumed with anxiety or fear about this stuff. In fact, the reason why I would make a video like this is so that you don't go Googling anything. Now, you don't need to go looking up all the rates of little ones losing their lives. That's not going to be helpful or productive. Just do your best as the loving mommy that you are to take great care of your baby like you're doing, and practice as many safe sleep habits as you can, and try to get some sleep yourself. Yeah, and then if you want to know what I actually have done, go ahead and watch some of my older videos. You'll find out that I haven't done all of these things that I'm telling you, but I'm telling you because they are important, and if this is what the medical world is recommending, they've done a lot more research than me, and they know what they're talking about. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Congratulations on having a baby, or maybe you're pregnant, or maybe you don't have any kids and you're just here. Congratulations on living another day. We're excited to have you here. Thank you for following my stuff. I'll see you on Instagram. If you want more support, you can join us on Facebook. We have a private Facebook group called Jess Hover and Friends, where moms can go to share stories and photos and ask questions and give encouragement and be really kind, supportive humans like you all are. And yeah, I really like you. I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Find a real doctor if you have any serious questions, you know. Okay, thanks so much. Bye. Easy, bye.